All right. This should be going. Give it a second to get to YouTube. We have a couple more people showing up. I think. I think that's the plan. And then Kayla from On the Fritz. Well, shoot. Dang. Pretend like you don't hear that. Never mind. Commercials are working. I forgot to mute. Kayla from On the Fritz, her daughter is sick, so she is last minute not going to be able to come, which is very sad for her because having a kid with the stomach bug is like the worst of days, honestly. Mm-hmm. But
that's okay. Dallas said he will take her spot.
What?
Dallas said he'll take her spot.
Oh, I bet he will. I'm just glad that they're lying down and not running around like they usually do every time you try to go on a live. Okay, here's Jean.
That's so long. I was like, why would
we got you?
Hello.
We are already live, but we haven't really started anything yet.
Figures.
Still waiting on one more, but she is having technical difficulties, so we'll just start without her, and hopefully it won't be too long before she's able to join. But why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves and what platform you are on predominantly and all that jazz. And we'll get started.
Can we start with Naima?
Sure. Well, Naima, you're up.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Naima from the channel Naima's Reads. And I am mostly on YouTube. Recently, not so much, but I do talk on my Instagram stories a lot, but I'm mostly on YouTube.
Do you want me to go next, Tamika?
Yes.
My name's Jean. I'm mostly on Bookstagram. My handle is Romantic Deception. I talk about fantasy, I talk about romance, and I talk a lot in my stories. So, a lot.
True story.
Yeah.
All right, Tamika.
Okay, now it's my turn. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. Now you're being annoying on purpose, but
obviously that's
we knew that before I allowed you in the chat. I already knew.
Okay, hi, my name is Tamika. I'm from Library of Elves. I'm mostly just on YouTube, and sometimes you can find me on TikTok when I only talk about sapphic romances for months on end. That's just about it.
I'm Heather from Hey Booktubers. You found my channel one way or another. So here we are. I talk about romance and discussions and such. So I thought that this would be fun because we can kind of talk about where we started in romance and where we ended up in romance. I feel like those are usually two very different places, and I feel like it's a very gradual process often, but it's just like, no, that's not for me, and then you're 15 books into it and you're stuck. Like it just got you. So we'll get started and then she'll show up and it will be fine. But let's start with what subgenre you didn't think you would like when you started reading romance.
For me, and this is, I mentioned it in the chat, what subgenre would you consider priest? Taboo?
Yeah.
So when I think about when I first started with romance, I remember a friend sending that to me, and I was like, I don't know, that's not really my thing. I can't picture myself ever reading that. And then last year I read Priest, and I wouldn't shut the hell up about it.
You would not. I know so many things about that book because I was watching your stories.
I went off the deep end with that book. I would die for Daddy Bell, okay? Daddy Bell. It's not Father Bell, Daddy Bell.
Obviously. Tamika, didn't you read that one?
I did. I read that for the Taboo Book Club.
For Taboo Book Club, yeah.
One of the only collections. I loved it.
It's so good. Sierra Simone needs to stop. Actually, don't stop, but you know what I mean. So good.
What about you, Tamika?
Alien romance.
Oh, I knew my ass was gonna like that.
I did not think I was gonna like it.
Me either.
Aliens. I was like, you sure?
Video games made me know I would like that.
Yeah, I don't see. I'm not a huge fan of science fiction, so I was just like, I don't think I'm gonna like this. And then, big blue aliens came into it, and I was like, okay, I'm in.
With ridges on their wings.
Yeah, and a spur.
Here we go.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello. After technical difficulty, I'm only here.
Oh, it's fine. Why don't you introduce yourself and what platform you are predominantly on?
Okay, so my name is Shomla, pronouns she, her. I use mostly Instagram, and the handle is MsAwesomeSaucy.
I like that. MsAwesomeSaucy.
Yes. So I feel like
I've had it
most
for so
people
long.
have probably seen you in the chat of live streams, because I know that's how I found you and have known you for like 2 years, is just being in the same chats typing away.
Yeah.
I love that. What a great way to meet.
It's literally like our entire relationship.
I love that.
Yes. Never seen in person, but through the chat.
Yeah. Not till the 100,000 Kingdoms reading sprints. I was like, oh, there you are.
Yeah.
So
I never thought I was gonna be on camera. So.
Well, I'm happy that you are. It's a fun leap to make. Not for everybody, but it's always nice when people do.
I just want any excuse to talk.
Currently on subgenres that we didn't think we'd like, so we're on the very first point still. So, Tamika, did you want to finish your alien spill, or was that all you had?
That's all I got, because like I think Alien is the tamest thing that I get to, so we'll just move on to someone else.
All right, Naima.
I think when I first started, like, I didn't think I would enjoy bully romances. I just like the darker things in general. I feel like I wouldn't be into. I used to have I was like scared of scary things for so long of my life.
Yes.
And like, I used to be bullied, and I was like, oh, like, I'm never gonna read. You know what? I don't know. I feel like it makes sense in the progression of my reading, though, to end up ultimately liking like bully romances and dark romances, because at first I was like, oh, I like it when like they're sweet, whatever. And then it switched very fast to, ooh, I kind of like it when they aren't so nice. And now I like love it when they're just complete like assholes. So I guess it makes sense, but I really wasn't expecting to love bully romances as much, especially because I was bullied. I guess the trauma of it all. So yeah.
I just find it hilarious that you didn't think you'd like that, because you've read it like your entire channel. So it's like what you're known for liking.
Yeah, I did not think I would like that.
All right, Shomla, do you have one?
I was saying in the chat, I usually read within my comfort zone, which is really contemporary romances. But I read Neon Gods by Katie Robert and Electric Idol, so I'm like testing the water, so I might go into that more. I'm not sure what genre that really is, the subgenre, but I'll see.
I feel like Katie Robert is one way to test the waters. You did not. You jumped. You jumped right in.
Yeah.
I did not think I would like contemporary romance. Like, I was completely convinced I would never read that. I would never like it. Because I was a fantasy reader, I figured, okay, well, I can go into fantasy romance and urban fantasy and paranormal and historical, but like contemporary, that's not for me. What am I going to do? Watch them get tacos? Like, boring. I was like so wrong. It was ridiculous, but it was such a assumption that I had. I literally like wouldn't watch Booktubers, who mainly read contemporary romance, because I was like, you've got nothing for me. And yeah, I was wrong. We're reading that soon. Steph and maybe Izzy and maybe Megan and I are rereading the Hidden Legacy series. It's my favorite one by Ilona Andrews. It's a good one to start with them. Okay.
So many books.
Well, the Hidden Legacy, the first couple is just 3 books, so it's a good one. Although they do have a couple that are like standalone couples, but and it's more focused on the romance. It's really good. So, what trope did you guys think that you could not like, and did eventually?
Bully romance.
What?
Bully romance.
So you're just using Naima's subgenre as your trope?
It's a trope. I don't care what anyone says. That is the bully trope is a thing.
I think it's a trope.
Yeah, it's a trope.
Both. It's definitely both because it has birthed its own subgenre.
I did not think I would like it at all because I read one and I was like, this is absolutely trash. No, thank you. Our heroine got sexually assaulted. Not interested in doing this. And eventually I loved it. I don't know. I still don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just getting into monster romances.
I can't get into monster romances no matter what I do.
Listen, Tamika's saying how much she loves bully romances, and she's read like 2. So
I've read 2. That's exactly what I'm telling you. I'm confused on why I have to read more than 2 to know I love it. I'm confused, Heather.
I'm just saying. How many have you read that were like complete trash, and then you've liked
a lot? And I have like 2 I like.
What? I'm curious. What was the one that you read that you liked?
Like Alien
Punk 57, right?
Monster
Yeah.
What's the difference between alien and monster romance? I think it depends on the physical aspects. Yeah, I can hear you. It's just a little bit delayed, but so there might be overlap, but we can hear you. But with the alien, I feel like if it's mostly humanoid, then it's just alien, and if it has like tentacles and spider legs and lots of multiple parts other than the dick being fancy, then it falls in monster.
I feel like this is a really hard answer for me, man. I don't know. I feel like I'm on board for anything. Wait, no, I take that back. I have 2 lines that I won't cross. Necrophilia, like the Skeleton King. Hell no. No. And I don't think I can do the whole, like, what's that K. Webster book with the incest? I know.
The Wild?
No, I can't do it. Give me stepfather, give me stepbrother, but once they share blood like that, no thank you. I can't do it. Cannot.
Yeah.
I have read too many books to count that have been incest, and I don't 100% regret my decisions. Curiosity hits me every single time, and I'm like, you're gonna hate this book, and I hate the book when I'm done. But the curiosity just.
I don't think
See, I don't read things that I think I'm gonna hate typically.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm very much I'm going for all the 5-star predictions. I am picking up your book, anticipating it being my jam, and then I quit on you if it's not. That's where I'm at. One thing I really thought would not be for me was older woman, younger man. I was just like, nope, I like the submissive aspect. I like, the guy to be older, more in charge, more in control, whatever. I was like, that's not going to work. And then I read Tasha L. Harrison, and she was like, bet, yeah, it is. So now I am more into it. But
I really like that one by Nikki Sloan.
The Pool Boy?
Yeah. No, the Pool Boy. That was a good one.
Yeah. I haven't read that one because I'm not sure that Nikki Sloan is for me.
I don't think she's for me either.
I like her
we had the
books.
initiation thing buddy read together, and we were both like,
yeah,
what is this?
That was
See, I haven't read that yet. I've read the doctor, the architect, the Pool Boy, and I really like those.
I feel like people either are like, this is the wildest ride I've ever been on, and read the whole series in a day, or they're like, no.
Call me out again, Heather.
I'm just saying. It's one or the other.
I don't think for me, I didn't think I'd like MMF books but I do.
I didn't think I'd be into reverse harem or menage or polyamorous at all because I was super into jealous possessive. Like, don't
Yes.
touch her, I'm going to chop your hand off. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, so sharing's not going to work for me. But a lot of times, like, it's still those dynamics. It's just everybody in the relationship is fair game and everybody not in the relationship is touch her and you'll die. So it does still work for me, but I didn't
My
think I'd like
Scorpio
that.
Venus just like won't let me like reverse harem like that. Like I just can't. Like I literally can't like like you need to be like obsessed, jealous, super possessive. Even if okay, you love the other people in the dynamics, even if you love the other people in the relationship, still I can't do like I literally can't do it. So because that's how I am in real life. Like no.
Oh yeah, no.
I
I'm not
can't.
sharing in real life.
I'm trying so hard to like reverse harem, and I just can't.
I can't.
Poly is one thing, but reverse harem, like, you can't do it. I can't do it. I'm trying so hard because I feel I have like serious FOMO.
Right?
But I, like
Especially
everyone,
with the lady- yeah.
all these recommendations, I'll see reverse harem. I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Whoever said no serial killer romances cannot relate. Cannot relate.
Oh, can't relate.
I want him stabbing people.
Yes.
I feel like everyone but Shomla probably reads this.
She's probably like, what is wrong with you guys?
I want to watch them. Like, I want to watch him stab people, and I would like them to do it together. Please and thank you.
Yes, I agree. Even though I'm not reading, like, I'm reading a young adult series right now, but I'm like so head over heels for this fucking 19-year-old villain. I'm like, I
know
him.
which one.
You know, I'm like, if he is not Endgame, I will riot. I'm reading Shatter Me, by the way. I'm like,
oh my gosh, I want to start that too.
It's really good. I think Tahira Mafi's writing is so poetic and beautiful, and I'm like, I hate myself for not reading it sooner.
That's one of those books that I almost DNF'd like right at the beginning because I was just like, I don't know if this, like, I don't know, this is weird. And then was obsessed and read the whole thing. And the novellas are definitely my favorite part. They're like what made it worth reading.
Because of Warner.
All right, Shomla, what about you?
For me, I didn't think I'd like the alpha male daddy trope, but like I find it's kind of good, especially when the female or the other counterpart is also equally as like powerful, I guess. So that power dynamic it's really nice.
Yeah, I love a power couple.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you're overbearing, but she is matching your energy, I'm happy. I'm happy here.
Right. Yeah, she gives it back just as much.
Yeah. Or even like, I feel like different personality types are fine. Like she can be a quiet heroine, but still like knowing what she wants and just being like, no, I'm not going to do, like, I'm not okay with doing that. So I'm not going to do it. And you're, you know, like it can be multiple personality types, but I do want them to be matched to make sense together in a way that doesn't feel like this man just wanted a submissive wife and got someone who couldn't say no to him, you know, not into that part.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What's a kink that you didn't think you'd like? And somebody was like, I got you.
Wait, should I start? Okay, I'll start.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I don't know if I didn't expect to like this, but like, because I never even thought about it, but like, obviously like praise kink, that never really crossed my mind until obviously reading romances and stuff and daddy kink. I love that. I love that so much.
That's my favorite.
Like I really wasn't expecting to love it as much as I'm reading novellas for just the daddy kink. I'm like, I don't read novellas, and yet I'm searching for daddy kink. Like it's a whole thing now.
My husband's in my phone under daddy.
And it's
See, I love those dynamics, but I didn't think I'd like it either because I was like, well, the name doesn't do anything for me. And then I started reading it. I was like, all right, okay.
Yeah, that's great. Anyways, yeah.
Who's next?
I feel like Tamika does not want to go. I can see it in her eye.
Tamika's just being annoying because I have a clear thing. Listen, it just makes sense. It prevents the chaos. You start at the top left-hand corner of the screen and you go clockwise around, and then everybody knows when their turn is, and you don't have all these long pauses where it's like anybody speak, and then 5 people start at the same time, and then you have to like, it's annoying for the viewer. Okay, I am just looking out for my people, letting them know.
All right. I can't think of. I don't think I've read any books with a kink I don't like. I feel like I'm saying a lot of myself that I really like the daddy kink. I like the praise kink. I like breath play, knife play, all the plays. So I can't choking. I never understand why authors put it.
I've always
we can
been
talk
into
about
choking.
that. Like when I see that in a book, I get so overly excited. I'm like, yes, this author. Yes. I can't think of anything I don't like. I don't know what that says about me.
I don't get the whole choking thing. Like,
well, it can be something that you do like. You just didn't think you would until you read it in a book.
I mean, I read it in books all the time, and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, like his hand has a necklace," and I'm like, "Was it really that exciting?" What?
I
like,
love it.
Yeah.
It is like a hot button for me. It works every time.
I'm like, why is this so? Like, hey, I don't know.
It's one of those things where you would say, "You do you, boo."
I feel like I've literally always been into that though. And I think it has to do with like reading fantasy and stuff because you have so much of the enemies to lovers moments when they're like pinned against the wall or the knife to the throat, the hand at the throat, whatever. It's just like yes.
All right. I think mine was needle play.
What?
Okay, on your own over there.
Like in Harley the Rose, what was that book called? Her Soul to Take.
What I found from vocabulary.com.
Shut up. My watch said it wanted to tell you. Anyway, that book, that he pierces her nipples.
Oh, okay.
And I was like,
okay.
All right, I'm in.
Okay. All right. I think I can get behind that. Okay.
Is the needle clean? Is it? Am I gonna get an infection? Where did it come from? No,
for real.
I think it
like,
depends.
If you want to take me to a professional, okay, I've read and enjoyed that, but like, no,
I like it when they like.
If she wasn't in pain, though, I don't believe it. I haven't read that book yet.
She was in pain.
It's painful.
It is.
Oh my god. Oh goodness.
Okay, I already did that. Yeah, no, I'm not into needle play.
Yeah,
no can do.
Knife play. What's up?
Listen, I want more books with the needle play in it. Like, please and thank you.
Oh, do you have one?
Her Soul to Take and Her Soul for Revenge. They both have it.
Harley LaRue.
Yeah. The second one, he pierces her tongue, I think.
I hope he's a professional.
No, they're demons.
He's a demon.
Oh, okay, whatever. Demons can do whatever they want.
Exactly, that's what I said. And both of the demons are bisexual.
Oh, we love to see it.
Yeah, they used to hook up.
Like that.
Love that for them and us. Not so much the needles, though. I'm also not into gunplay, and I think it's just because I'm like you guys could die accidentally, and that would just not be attractive.
Okay. I haven't read what's that book that has that in it?
First Comes Blood.
I don't know.
Yeah, First Comes Blood has it.
It has it in it.
Because I don't really know if I read a book with that, so I don't know my feelings on that.
First Comes Blood has most things that you can think
What
of.
are we doing with that gun?
He
We
puts
don't
it
go-
to her head while he's fucking her.
Yeah.
In Haunting Adeline, he sticks it in.
Ooh.
Shit, what?
Okay.
What?
He's literally just like,
Is it loaded?
It must have been. It was like a whole. He put the whole barrel in there.
That's
And I
a
was like,
whole new Russian roulette that I'm not with. Like, okay,
hopefully I didn't
with
make
the
that
head
up.
thing, with the load, I don't know. I feel like I would like it while reading it, but
I
don't
would
know.
dry up so fast. I would just be like,
I'd be like,
we're gonna die, and it's gonna be me, and it's not even gonna be a quick death. No.
Jesus Christ.
yeah.
No
Oh,
can
goodness.
do.
I think mine is pretty tame compared to all of you.
We're tainting you.
But I like dirty talk and the daddy kink. So
I love a good dirty dog. It just gets me happy every single time.
Mm-hmm.
The best.
Oh, you know what? I can think
Yeah,
of one
some-
thing I
some-
don't like. I think you asked that question before. I can finally think of something I don't like, which was in oh my god, the one with the dog play, like treating her like.
Games we play.
oh
yeah,
yeah.
so
it is.
one thing I didn't
like.
I was like, I'm gonna read that real quickly and let's get past that. I don't know. No, yep, not for me.
I did not think that I could be into submissive men, like, period. If someone was like cinnamon roll or submissive man or any of the things or female dom or whatever, I was just like, no, that's not my dynamic. I don't like it. But then I read If She Says Yes by Tasha L. Harrison. And when I tell you some of the best sex scenes I have read in my entire life are in that book, that's where they are. It is so good. And I think it's because he's not like maybe like a typical submissive that you might think of. It's more just like he wants to take care of her and like just make sure everything's good for her all the time. And I'm just like, I mean, I do a lot. If you want to take some things off my plate, okay. It's so good.
I added it to my
love to see a
TBR
man like that.
Yeah, I don't think I've read many books like that. I might have to try that.
Well, and I'm pretty sure he's Mexican American.
Oh, I love that.
And he is her son's best friend.
Okay.
It's very good.
You see,
Listen,
I was so
listen.
excited.
He's
I
still
can't-
like,
You know,
he's over 30 and he's had a thing
Oh.
for her for like 10 years.
okay.
And they even like have a conversation. She's like, I never gave you any indication that like this was gonna be a thing, right? Like when you were younger. And he was like, nope, I just can't help myself. You're it for me. So yeah, that's really good.
These comments are so funny. Not sticking it in.
Yes, he sticks it in.
First Comes
Very
Blood
good.
has gunplay. Oh yeah. Okay, you guys did mention that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, listen. I read one in a vlog a couple days ago where it was an alien shifter, and to like mate, they had to do it in both forms. And I was like, I don't. Even though you're an alien, I don't think. No. I was not really into it, I have to say. Yay, Shay! Okay. Oh, yeah. Tasha L. Harrison, she does. She is the queen of everything. I love her.
I don't think I've read any of her books yet, so I'm gonna have to add that to my never-ending TBR.
She, I follow her on Twitter, and she is a genius, like a literal genius. I am obsessed with her. Yeah, this is the Tomas one, Gina.
Tomas.
When I was like the one that
Oh,
I
that's my
was
son.
struggling through.
That's my son's middle name. God damn it. The fuck? Jesus Christ.
Just call him Tommy.
Okay. Even though I'm like, ugh, I'd rather Tomas. Tomas sounds sexy. Tommy?
I told you, it doesn't sound like something that you would like. I'm with you there. This whole thing is about you didn't think you'd like it, and then you did. And I'm telling you, she pulls it off.
Okay.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
Ooh, she has a small town romance series. Okay, I'm finding this is great.
The first one is A Taste of Her Own Medicine.
I love small town romances.
Me too.
It's very good. The third act breakup really annoyed me, but besides that, it was very good.
I've come to expect those.
Yeah, I was just very annoyed with this one in particular. I was like, what are you doing? But it's okay. Because plus she talks a lot about how like the characters don't have to be perfect, and also the characters do what they want, and she just writes them, so I can't blame her. I'm not into submissive men.
I'm not
That's the
either.
point.
Yeah, I feel like I would like it every now and then, but that's not my go-to. I feel like you and I are very into the same type of guys in our books.
I keep seeing Love and Leashes actually, but I just don't think I'd like it because it's not actually the dynamic I like. But okay, not everybody has done this yet, right? Or have we all done the kink that we didn't like?
We all have.
The
kink that we didn't like?
No. Nope, that was a lie. A kink we didn't think we'd like, but we did.
Yeah.
That was it. Okay, next one. Paranormal creature you didn't think you could be into, but somebody made you like it.
Shifters.
You didn't think you could be into shifters?
Okay, so listen, I have to tell a backstory in order for you to understand why. My ex-fiance was a furry.
I'm not gonna.
Well, that is a lot of background. That makes sense.
Like, oh, I don't think I can do this. Because when I found this information out, I was like, I'm gonna have to go. Here's the ring. I gotta go.
Bye.
I didn't think I could like shifters. Because all I could think about was like that.
Wow.
Love that for you. Shifters are such a basic paranormal creature.
I didn't think I could do it.
That. But that does make sense.
I don't even read many paranormal.
That's true.
You guys are all freezing. Is it
I can
me?
hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you too.
Okay, so I didn't think I'd like, or no, I don't read. I'm not that like diverse with my paranormal. Like I don't know. I read vampire. I read werewolf. I read one of the Ice Planet Barbarian books, and that was all right. I like witches. Like I don't know. I'm very like I don't like to go past that.
Past the basics.
Past the basics. I did
What's
try to
considered
read,
not basic?
Anything not what Naima just said.
Yeah. I tried to read The Lady of Rooksgrave Manor. Didn't love that. Like there was the Sphinx was hot. But other than that, like I don't know. No. I only read basic.
The Sphinx was a dick. He just like marched into her room like I've never seen you before. What are you doing with this man? And I'm like, she's a sex worker. What are you doing? I'm confused.
I'm trying to think of what I wouldn't like. I think I'm just showing everybody that I'm a whore. And that I'm down for everything. Because I can't think of one supernatural creature that would have me like, yeah. I can't think
There
of
wasn't
anything.
anything that you were like, I don't know.
I'm trying to think of all the supernatural creatures. I hadn't read Rooksgrave yet. But
It's garbage. Don't waste your time. But
yes.
I'm alone on a lonely pedestal over here.
I'm scared to read it and if I like it.
What, Tamika?
I thought it was trash too.
It was horrible.
Okay, so all three of us thought it was trash, unlike the larger book community.
Now watch me read it and be like, what the hell is this? I don't know. I can't think of one supernatural creature I don't like. Watch there be one. I'm just not thinking of it.
Yeah, she's posting the chapters on Patreon.
Oh, no, I can think of one. What's that book with the centaurs, right? Centaurs? Is that it?
Oh, the Minotaur?
Minotaur. I haven't read it, but I don't think I can really get down with that.
I just read a different Minotaur one. I DNF'd that
My
one.
question is like, aren't you fucking the animal part?
Yes or not? Like,
That just makes me feel uncomfortable.
yeah, that's why I don't think I can get down with that.
Cicadas.
Yeah.
A cicada Are you serious?
I'm good with. I already want to burn them all down when they won't shut up outside. So I'm not getting down with that.
I thought it was like a
Oh,
moth one.
that also the spider. I want to read it because so many people like that spider book romance, but I don't know. I would read it out of curiosity, but nothing more.
I've just always been
This
into
is true too. I do feel weird with like the cute, cuddly animal shifters. I'm like,
Hedgehog.
but why?
It's
If I can punt him in his animal form, I don't want to read it.
Well, sometimes they're still like hundreds of pounds and like giant, but I'm like,
A giant
I don't
hedgehog
want
sounds
a cuddly
horrifying.
little animal. It's weird.
You're not a
haven't
huge
tried
fan
it
of
either.
vampire romance? Get out.
Oh, what's screaming?
For me, I don't really delve into paranormal romance. So, like Naima, I just do the basic like witches, wizards, and stuff like that.
Paranormal's so much
Shomla
fun.
Naima. I didn't think I could be into aliens at all. I thought I was just picturing like Star Trek, like sci-fi. Wow, I just lost my words. Like sterile and stuff. Just like silver suits and like clean counters. And I don't know. I was just like, nope, that's not a thing that I'm into. And then I read Ice Plant Barbarians, and then I read Alpha's Horde, and then I read whatever the other one is. I don't know. But I read like 20 alien books in a row when I decided to get into it. Because it turns out that it was just like big giant men. And most of those were like almost a tribal situation. And they had fancy peens, and that was it. They weren't, or different colors.
I want to read more alien romances where they are less humanoid because, like I mentioned before, I knew I was going to love alien romance because of one of my favorite video games, and my favorite love interest in that series fucking looks like a bird person. Like, I love him. So I was like, yeah, I think I get down with that.
Regine Abel's aliens are interesting.
I have to read that one by God, why can't I remember the name of this author? She writes in every genre and age range. It's ridiculous. Strange Love, I think it's called.
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
I know what
author's
you're
name?
talking about.
Let me look that up. Strange.
I did read a zombie romance this month next to Tracy, a bookend to bookend, and I don't know what to tell you. It didn't really work for me, but also I read all 3 books of this series, so it did work on some level, but there was a lot of weirdness.
How does the zombie look? How does
They were
it smell?
like zombie shifters.
Okay.
So they had like a human form and a zombie form, but like they kept having sex in the zombie form because that was her favorite. So, but it was weird. There was like eating of dead bodies. And
Okay. We're getting into
there's a lot of weirdness.
cannibalism?
No, because they were zombies. They had an extra chromosomes, so they were different from zombies, and they were different from humans. It was something, all right. It was one of the most unique things I've ever read. I can tell you that.
And if anyone was curious, Strange Love is by Anna Guire. She literally writes all over the place. Like, she has that contemporary witchy romance that came out, a year ago or so? Like a cutesy, cartoonish cover. And then she writes something like Strange Love where the alien looks like the freaking Predator. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
She's literally all over the place. She wrote one of my favorite young adult dystopian books. It's just like, again, what? I want to be in her
love when
brain.
authors are versatile like that.
I feel like that shows a little bit of their talent, especially when they do it well. But I just want to be in her brain. I'm like, what's going on in there? What makes you decide to write what you're writing?
See, all I imagine with zombies is The Walking Dead.
Yeah, that's what I think
That's all
of.
I'm imagining right now. Like, I cannot picture in any way that would be hot.
Anyway,
It was something,
Yeah.
all right.
Was it hot? I'm just
What was that zombie romance that became a movie? It
um
was years ago. Warm Bodies?
Warm Bodies.
No.
Then I was like, I still can't. I was like, I don't know if you trying to pick a good looking actor helped, but it didn't help me.
I had a scary dream about zombies recently, and it's just, I don't think I'll ever be into it.
Now
Yeah.
I feel like I
there's
have
so
to
much.
find one.
Well, you can read Love for My Zombie Kings by Leisha McCoy. Might have been the author's name. Might not.
I'm sticking to the basics. I love me a werewolf. That's the extent.
Okay, next. What is something you learned from a romance book?
That I have a praise kink. And, I think it's really great. Okay, I go back and forth with this answer a lot because my standards are very, very, very high, and I'm not budging. And I think that's a really great thing. But then sometimes I'm like, is this unrealistic? Because like I'm reading books about romance that are written by women, and I don't know if it's like possible, but I'm like, oh well, these are my standards now, and I don't think I'll ever be able to like stray from that. So yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think sometimes you can't expect them to communicate the same way that a romance hero would. But as far as like treating you decently, keep those standards high.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Deja's here. Hi.
Hi.
What about you, Jean? Something you've learned?
Something I've learned. I think within the past, like last year, I learned that knife play was a thing, and I didn't know that was a thing. I was like, oh, okay, I can get down with that. Like, just even when you think of like From Blood and Ash, the whole like the spoilers though, just the stabbing, and I was like, okay, I like this, even though that's in a fantasy book, you know. But that's the only thing I can think of that I didn't really know was a thing before. This is like, I feel like if someone were going to my internet search history, they'd be like, what the hell is this girl doing like at 1 a.m. searching up what these things are?
Yep.
But yeah, I would say knife play.
Fun.
I learned that when on dating apps, if someone asks you what kind of books you like to read, and then they make fun of you for reading romance, it's a red flag and to walk away.
Hell yeah.
Tamika just learned it a little late, but she still learned it.
I did learn a little. Well, to be fair, the last person I dated was not from a dating app, so.
Are we trying to be fair?
No. Should have red flags. That's what I learned.
Shomla.
For me, I learned that real men are trash, and I should stick to my fictional men.
Agree.
Oh,
Standards are too high.
Yep.
I don't think you people's standards are too high. I don't think so
either.
I think you should wait for someone who makes you excited to be with them.
Aww.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. I feel like my husband was like written by a woman.
Oh, I love that.
Except the moments where he pisses me off, but I still feel like he's written by a woman. My standards weren't very high before, and I was like in a really bad place, and then I started dating him, and I was like, oh, that's how men should treat women. Okay. So
I feel like I've always had pretty high standards, even though I got with my husband like pretty young, really young. Like we started dating when I was 18. I feel like I was always kind of like this is how I expect to be treated. I don't expect to be lied to. I don't like I have many things that are a no-go, and he was just like, well, same. So I don't know. Like I can tell you this, I would much rather be single than be in a bad relationship. I don't care if it's for 40 years. I'd rather be single. So
Agreed.
Yeah, I'm at the point in my life. Should I overshare? All right. I've never been in a relationship. So now that I'm in college, I'm like, oh, I want like a boyfriend. I want this and that. And I'm like, wait a minute. So
Slow down.
I'm like, you really none of these guys are like the things I read about. And so I like have had a horrible week with different guys that I'm kind of interested in, and it's great. So last night, me and my roommate, we had like this huge rant session, and we were just like, you know what, we're done settling. Why are we? And it was a wake up call. So
yeah.
You're 19, right?
yeah.
Yeah, you're young. I dated a lot in high school, and everyone I dated, it was like, wow, who raised you? When I think back on it, I'm like, all the guys I dated in high school, who the fuck raised you? Like, what?
Yeah.
I
If it
feel like
was your
there's
mom,
nothing wrong with being just a little bit older and not having had a relationship, because generally speaking, all those relationships would have just been damaged anyways.
Yeah.
Like it's not missing out.
yeah, I think
on
you're doing
anything.
a good job. I was gonna say my oldest child I had at your age, so I think you're doing good. Not that I have any regrets, but still, having a kid
Yeah,
at
so
19
maybe.
is
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with Deja.
I feel like finding a decent person young is an exception to the rule. There is literally nothing wrong with waiting. There's nothing wrong with any of it, because like it's mostly you're just skipping mistakes, to be honest.
Yeah.
agreed.
I'll keep dodging bullets.
I'm glad that romance is giving you all high standards. We need that. Yes. Most are trash, to be honest. I feel like I've learned quite a few things about different cultures and different people's experience, and I've learned a lot of kinks. A lot of the kinks from reading romance. I've also I feel like you just learn a lot about different locations and kind of subcultures and stuff wherever they are, especially if the author's good at what they're writing. I don't know. I feel like you get more insight into other people in romance than any other genre, because romance is literally just focused on the person usually, rather than being mostly focused on nations or plots or what have you. You can't enjoy romance without liking the characters and knowing the characters, and I feel like it's by far the best way to learn about other people.
I agree.
Yeah. Plus, it's just my personal opinion that boys mature slower unless they have, some sort of pressure or some sort of thing that makes them grow up early. Like, you could not pay me enough to be interested in a 19-year-old boy. There's just nothing there. No.
Absolutely not.
There's this one kid. He comes over to our house a lot. He's like a family friend. He's 20, and this man child walks up to a group of girls and tries a pickup line on all of them at the same time. And I was like, Sweetie, you gotta focus on one. If it's like, I'll take you or your friend, none of them are gonna be interested. You gotta pick one, zoom in on them, and try to make them feel special. You cannot do a cheesy pickup line on a group.
That's awful.
I was very disappointed in him because I really didn't think that needed to be explained. But here we are. And he's a good kid, and he's still a child. It's okay. So yeah, no. Like, no. My husband wasn't even 19 when I met him. Like, no.
Yeah, well, my husband and I first started dating, that was 10 years ago. And he grew up very quickly once he started dating me because I brought a kid into it. So I feel like without that, he's still kind of a child, but still. I feel like men, when they're young, need something to make them grow up.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I was single now at 30, I'd probably be aiming way older than me.
Yeah, this is honestly why it never works for me generally, is I'm just like, but he's dumb. What are we doing with him? What is he bringing to this relationship besides energy? Nothing.
Energy.
What is energy? I don't know what that is.
Just like the ability to keep going.
I know.
Stamina,
I was
a
joking.
solid sex drive. Besides that, what is he bringing? And honestly, that's not enough. Like, no. I'm happy if you have it, but that does not a relationship make.
Mm-mm.
No, that's what I was gonna say. That confidence, the fact that he gets points for going up to the group in the first place, because that does not happen.
He
At least
thinks
around me.
that he's the shit. And I'm like, can you please just treat them like people? Stop trying your cheesy pickup lines.
I
was like,
do-
Listen, the cheesy stuff works because I walked up to a girl in Walmart and I said, I think you dropped this, and handed her my phone number. And she texted me. So it works.
That would have worked on me. That would have worked on me.
Same.
I like, because if you can make me, I like it if you can make me laugh. And if you're using a cheesy pickup line, you made me laugh.
Exactly.
And I do like the confidence. I always say, well, my husband always says he had to build up confidence because he's short for a guy. So he got me in with that confidence. I was like, oh, I like a confident man, because the guy before him was just so insecure. And I was like, I cannot stand an insecure man. Like, ugh, it's the worst. Like, get your shit together, dude.
At least fake it.
Yeah. Fake it till you make it.
I don't want to see your mental war on the first date.
True.
Okay, next. Book with a trope you avoid that you loved. So you've read it before, you just aren't usually into it, but there was a book that you really liked with it. Okay, like mine, I don't really like Friends to Lovers, but I loved Go Deep by Rizzy Adams. Like, my favorite Friends to Lovers I've probably ever read. It skips so much of the usual angst and conflicts that annoy me so much with that trope, and that's partially why it worked so well for me. Something basic like that.
I feel like, well...
Oh, yeah. I could write a whole, oh, yes, to this comment, Deja. Yeah.
Which is just more reason to be picky.
Yeah.
Like,
literally,
if
this
they-
is the worst week of my life. Kid you not.
Aw.
Yeah.
Baby.
Do I need to punch someone for you?
Yes.
I will
please.
load my car up right now. I'm not joking. I will come kick ass. Are they over 18? I'll beat their ass.
There you go.
Please do. I know where they live too.
This person's gonna have like fucking a bunch of women at his door kicking his ass.
Multiple people, a whole frat.
Oh,
Oh,
we're taking the
No.
Why are you going after the frat guy?
Yeah, I was like, no frat guys.
No.
I wasn't going for a frat guy. I'm telling you, I wasn't. But it's just the whole frat. Come kick their ass.
hate that for you. Truly. I avoid this too. I've read a couple that I like.
The communication thing gets on my last nerve.
I avoid probably what is it? Accidental pregnancy. I mean, once in a while I'll pick up a book and not know what's in there. I won't mind it as much, but if I know it's in there, I won't read it.
I feel like I'm the only person who likes that trope. And
I
I don't
mind
know.
it.
I don't know if it's because I'm a mom and I'm like babies. And so when they get pregnant in the book, I'm like, yay. So I don't know.
Yay, babies.
Yay, babies. You kidding me? Every time someone has a baby and I'm near it, I'm like, oh, baby fever, make it stop. I already have
I'm just
3
always
kids.
like, oh, you're nauseous. I wonder what's gonna happen next.
I don't like babies.
There's
That's
nothing
okay.
wrong with not liking babies.
That's okay.
Well, that's a lie. I like babies. They're so cute. Once they get past 6 months old, though, I'm like, take it back.
There you go.
Back. See?
One sec.
Just to go, Mom.
That's why I have my mom downstairs watching my youngest. Most of the other two, I was to say they can fend for themselves. 11 and 7, but the 2-year-old, oh my god, I don't know who's in charge of picking, the gender of your children by giving me 3 boys. What the fuck is that about?
Garbage.
Like, what? 3 boys? Why?
I can't think of a trope that I don't like that I've found a book that I like. Like, I don't like Friends to Lovers, but I liked Omar Gray. Does that count?
I would think so. I don't really like Friends to Lovers either.
Yeah, that's the best I got.
Friends to Lovers is my least favorite.
I hate Second Chance, and I can't find a single Second Chance that I like.
Oh, I don't like Second Chance either. I'm like, no.
I do. I think it's cute.
Daddy said she outran him up the stairs. So she got here first. She's okay. I don't know what she's throwing a fit about, but she's fine.
Existing.
I think she wants to be upstairs, but you guys would hear all of her noise, so I think that's the issue, but it's fine. Okay, what did I miss? Did everybody get to this or no? What are we even on?
It was Tamika, then me. I was saying that I don't like Friends to Lovers, but I can't think of a book that made me like it. There's probably one somewhere, but I can't
Eleanor
think of
and
it.
Gray is the only one that I can think of that I like that trope.
Which one?
Friends to Lovers.
No, which book?
Eleanor and Gray.
Oh. Did you guys read Radiance?
Okay. I haven't read that yet, but I feel like in that case they became. When I think of Friends to Lovers, I feel like I'm thinking like of the childhood friend. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Versus, okay, we became friends first, then we got together. I don't know. I view that a little differently.
Sorry.
So I was to say, me and my husband were basically friends to lovers, so that's kind of funny. Like the trope.
I feel like
same. I don't like Friends to Lovers. Sorry.
No, you're good. I feel like it's pretty split. A lot of people think it's like the god tier trope, but I think those people tend to prefer love angst. I'm like, but it's just annoying.
I have a limit to my angst in my books.
That's interesting because I really love angst. It gives me something to look forward to.
Heather, put it down.
I feel like you are going to have to tell us this story once we're off the line.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting bad vibes and I'm ready to be angry for you.
I'm ready to beat someone's ass.
Yeah, that does make sense. Okay. Shomla, are you just going with Friends to Lovers or something else?
Yeah, Friends to Lovers.
Friends to Lovers is god tier. I'm like, enemies to lovers for me.
Yes.
I want them to hate each other, please. I think because when you see the enemies to lovers, it's always so passionate.
Yeah.
And so okay, I need to go
It's
read
like
the
what
enemies to lovers.
you liked each other before the book?
Yeah.
No.
No thanks.
Yeah. I don't love that either.
That's why I said about my current read. If she does not end up with who I want her to end up, I'm gonna be very upset. I need the enemy. You're smirking. I'm scared.
I can tell you one way or the other if you want, but
no spoilers. No spoilers.
okay. I'm just gonna smirk over here. I love either like the violent meet cute or the meet cute or the I hate you on sight. I love seeing their first meeting. So whatever trope they're using where they've already had a thing or they already know each other, I don't love. Plus, even if they do show the first meeting, like I don't like flashbacks or any of those things. I really prefer the story to be in a linear timeline. So I like meeting the hero in like the first chapter. Like we didn't know each other before, and or there's like this huge turn. Like in Run Posey Run, they were already together, but like things go down in chapter 1 and everything about their relationship changes. And I feel like that was done so well. Plus he was a sociopath, so that
I love
always
a good meet
works for
cute.
me.
I love when the dynamics change like that. And yeah, it's great. I just read, have you guys read, what's it called? Stroke of Midnight by Kay Webster.
No, but I've been
heard a
thinking
lot
about reading
it.
that.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of you guys would like it, but the dynamics change and it's like the best thing ever. And yeah, I love that book.
I feel like I won't be into the humiliation in that.
Okay, but then the dynamics change. I wasn't
Maybe
into
I'll
it. I
give
was
it a
like,
shot.
oh, what am I reading? And then I continued and then was like,
Now I
okay.
really want to read it just based off of that. I'm curious.
Yeah, it's really good.
You'd probably like it, Jean.
Probably.
I've heard a lot about it. Okay, what's a book from someone from a different demographic from you that you were like, oh, I love this?
I feel like a lot of the things I read are a different demographic.
Right.
We talk about white people because like everything.
If you want to pick white people, go for it.
Even though, one of my first romance books by a Black author, because obviously, I'm not Black, but I am a person of color, was Black Rainbow by J.J. McAvoy. No one talks about J.J. McAvoy. I'm like, please read her books. Black Rainbow was like reading How to Get Away with Murder, but with so much romance in it. It was so good. Highly recommend. That was really good. If anyone watches that show, it's called Black Rainbow.
Okay.
She also has a Royals series that I really want to read because I'm a sucker for those. Like actual royalty. Like, what's that movie called? It's so cheesy, but I love it. The Prince and Me. I love that. I eat that shit up.
I do not care about contemporary royalty at all.
I love it.
Whatsoever.
I love it. Sometimes I need that cutesy stuff in between, like, having a knife at her throat.
Me too, but I'm not going to royalty for it. Like, royalty for me has to be fantasy or sci-fi or paranormal, something like that. It cannot be contemporary at all.
Another good one that I liked was Simmer Down by Sarah Smith. She's Filipino, but I felt like a lot of what she wrote in her book, like talking about the foods and things like that, and just the family dynamic felt a lot like my family growing up. And I remember I spoke to her about it because like we're friends on Instagram about how much it made me like miss my childhood just between the food, because I know Filipinos share a lot with or vice versa with Latinos. So I really like that one. If you haven't read Simmer Down, I highly recommend that. In like the summer months, it takes place in Hawaii. And it's all about like enemies to lovers, food truck rivalry. And I liked it a lot. It was good.
Yeah, add that.
And the food. Ugh,
Yes, I love anything that describes food like in detail. I'm like, okay, and then I'll be on my phone looking it up. Like, what does this food look like?
By Sarah Smith, you said?
Yeah, even though I
Okay.
think she might be going by her. I think it's still in her name, but I think she's going by her maiden last name now too.
Okay. Well, on Goodreads, it's Sarah Smith, so
Okay.
we found the right one. Go ahead, Shomla.
For me, I read the Wright Brothers series by Christina C. Jones. So it follows brothers in a family, follows each of them in a relationship. And I really enjoyed the second one. That one was my favorite, Pulling Doubles, because it's really enemies to lovers. So it's like catered to my needs.
It
And
was.
yeah, and she's really, her dialogue is really good. So I recommend that one.
Yeah, she's top tier dialogue. And she does banter so well.
I love good banter.
It's really good. And Pulling Doubles, he is like, I can't date you, so I'm just going to antagonize you every day. I really like Evita Vice. Obviously, I love Christina Jones and Alexandria House, but Evita Vice, I feel like their books are always, they just always are exactly what I want. And especially even like Feed, because you've got the Succubus. You've got the Succubus, and then you've got this non-binary Fae, and he's not like super masculine or burly or any of those things that a lot of times I tend to go for. And they just made me like him so much and like their dynamic so much. And he was antagonistic, but also nothing more, never in a mean way, never in a way where he was really pushing her past her boundaries or anything. A lot of times it was almost a cover for helping her. And I just loved their dynamics so much. And I wouldn't think that I necessarily would if you described it to me, just for my own personal enjoyment, right? And it works so good, so well.
I need
Top
to
tier.
read that. One of my favorite shows that's not around anymore was Lost Girl, which is about a succubus. So I feel like I'm gonna really like that book when I get to it.
It's excellent.
Okay. Mine, I have a few answers, but one that I don't talk about a lot is Pride, Prejudice, and Other Flavors by Sonali Dev. And this didn't feel like a romance, even though that's what it's marketed as. It was really focused on this like immigrant family from India, and they were like royalty in India. And then they built a huge life for themselves, a wealthy life for themselves in San Francisco, and it's really good. And the family drama and dynamics was so entertaining, and it was really slow burn. It was like between they hate each other. Obviously, Pride, Prejudice, and Other Flavors. They do not like each other in the beginning, and then it just clicks and it's great. And then recently, I've been really, really into Helen Huang's writing books. Like I read The Bride Test in January, and that still lives on my mind. It was so good.
Love that one.
Yeah, it's great.
I still need to read the second one in that series. What is it called?
I think The Bride Test is the second one.
The
Yeah.
Bride Test is the second one. Then what's the first one?
Heart Principle.
Oh, The Kiss Potion.
Okay, that's the one I read. That's the one I read. So I still need to read the second.
I preferred the second one over the first one.
Yeah.
I need to hop to it.
Yeah, I need to read the second one too. I haven't read the first one.
I read the first one and won't be continuing.
Oh,
Aww.
yeah.
Right, because Heather doesn't like emotions.
Oh, yeah, that is right.
You don't like emotions.
The first one made me cry. Yep.
Heather doesn't like to feel.
You're dead inside, Heather?
The opposite. I feel all the things. And I'm like, My whole day is ruined because my character is going through it. We just need to be okay.
It
Oh
takes
my
a
God.
lot for me to cry for my books. Like a
Oh,
lot.
not me.
For like a movie, that's a whole another thing. Or like if I was at a wedding, I'll be in tears. Even if I have no relation to these people, like
See,
very distant.
I don't
I'm
cry
like,
at weddings at all. At all. I feel nothing at weddings. I'm just like, good for
Ro-
you. I'm
romance
here.
movies, I'm sobbing. But books, it's hard to make me cry. Someone needs to die for me to cry.
No.
I'm the
dead.
opposite. I like it when
I
my
was just
books make me cry.
crying so much.
If you can make me cry, great.
It's always by
doesn't really happen.
accident. If I think it's going to make me cry, I'm probably avoiding it. That's okay. My kids expect me to cry at the end of every movie. So my middle child will come over and be like, it's okay, Mom. Don't cry. Don't cry. They're going to be fine. Everything is fine. And I'm like, it's not about whether they're going to live or die. It's about the emotional pull that you're giving me right now.
What's the last one that you cried for?
Encanto.
Oh, yeah. That and Coco. Coco makes me cry every freaking time. I'm like, enough of this. I'm like, I can't. If I
Also, Onward with like the blue elves. Oh, I cry every time for that one.
Up in the beginning.
I'm not watching that ever.
Absolutely not.
Ever.
Absolutely not. But Encanto, every time that freaking song comes on, Dos, what is it? Dos
Orejitas.
Orejitas.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm like, get it out of here. I don't want to hear it.
Get out of here.
Get it out.
the grandma, the abuela, just like, oh no,
Okay,
you
the
had
most-
the perfect love story, and now you don't.
As someone who's Latina, the most thing about that movie that is not realistic is that Abuela apologized.
Yeah.
Abuela apologizes. Absolutely not. My grandma would no. Absolutely not. No. She would see that movie and be like,
The first
Absolutely
time when Surface Pressure came on, I was like, oh crap. This
love
song
movies
is really putting me through it. And I'm like, we're not even like halfway through, I don't think.
I want to watch it so badly.
it's so
It's
good.
so good.
It was. It's so good. Yeah.
I've made my family watch it
burnt
multiple
tissues.
times.
All we do is listen to the damn soundtrack. On
I
repeat.
have Bruno and Surface Pressure on a couple different playlists to go through. It's very good.
Yeah, it is really good.
How did we get on this? Exactly.
I don't know.
Your tears about you crying.
Yep.
Oh, on the one book. Yeah.
Yep.
Good question. Yes. Okay. Has everybody answered this?
No. Hi. I'm not
Tamika.
answered it yet. just making y'all go in weird order. Mine's Whispers in the Dark by Letitia Newton. That book is like Letitia Newton in general writes like her books are so fucked up, and I love that. And she's an author of color, so as a white person, that's a different one than me. And I fucking loved it. It was so good.
Whispers in the Dark. Is that the book
Serial
about?
killer, captive. The girl gets kidnapped.
No, I don't think I've.
It's got all the triggers.
It's the darkest book I've ever read. It's like a horror book as a romance.
Ooh.
It is like one of the most messed up books I've ever read in my entire life.
Which should tell you a lot of
I
screaming red flags.
I watch
Caution.
horror movies for fun to relax. Yes, I watch horror movies to relax, and this
I
book
love horror movies.
gave
Oh
me
my goodness.
anxiety.
Oh God.
Yeah,
I watch horror movies by myself because my husband's a big sissy.
same.
But,
I mean, my husband's. I don't have a husband, but that's my life.
I think we all answered.
Yeah, we all answered.
Okay. Book with top tier dirty talk.
Ooh.
Whatever
Fuck.
works for you.
I don't even.
I gotta think about it.
I can go ahead and tell you mine because mine is Lilith Vincent. Any Lilith Vincent, because she just chef's kiss.
Mm.
First Comes Blood. those heroes are just they're perfect. I'd also say Brianna Hale, but
I'm not surprised by that one.
no.
It's just the same person with different pen names. It's just
You know,
same.
Think of something. Shit.
There's so many. I look forward to the Dirty Talk. I do. But I just read Twisted Hate by Anna Huang. Oh, wow. That was really good. That was really good. And then let's see. Oh, Heated Rivalry by Rachel Reed. It's an hockey romance, and the whole world thinks that they hate each other and they're rivals. They've been rivals for years, and then they're actually like hooking up the entire time. And I am obsessed with that book, and the dirty talk in there is just great. And I don't know. There's so many. I'll just give you guys one more. Burn for You by JT Jessinger. So good. Grumpy Sunshine dynamic. It's in New Orleans. She's a restaurant owner, and her recipes are using this man's like bourbon, his family's bourbon. And so he walks in, and like it's just great. It's so good, and the dirty talk is great as well. Yeah.
I
Right,
feel like for me, what pops off on my head, like as of recent reads, is Hooked by Emily McIntyre. McIntyre. And I feel like Tessa Bailey writes really good dirty talk, but I feel like not everyone is into that. I've been hearing that lately. Like, some people are like no to her dirty talk, and then everyone else is like yes.
Yeah, I like her dirty talk.
I'm like, Tessa Bailey knows how to. I'm like, yes. She won me over with that.
Did you read it? It Happened One Summer.
Yes, I freaking love that book. Oh my god!
And
the sequel.
Scene of them in the hospital lives on my mind on repeat. Like I'll just think about it out of nowhere. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't. It's so good.
The sequel's really good too.
I'm excited to read that one.
When I don't know how I got that arc, but when I read the first one and then I saw that I got the arc, and I was like, immediately dive in. It was so good. Oh.
I still have to read. It Happened One Summer.
After that, I started buying all her books. Yeah, you would.
I think I'll like it too.
Yeah.
Just haven't got to it yet.
My pick for Dirty Talk is Trading My Heart to Love You by Monica Walters. So it features a plus-size Black woman with a cowboy, and they get down and dirty. It's really, really good. Dirty Talk. And Let Me Love You by Alexandria House. That one also has good dirty talk. And From Scratch by Katrina Jackson. So that's a polyamorous one. And it's really good. Yeah.
And Let Me Love You. He uses her panties as a gag because he's always too loud in public sex multiple times. So there's a lot there.
Like that.
Alexandria House writes fire sex scenes. Like, her books are steamy. I also love Evita Vice, Alexandria House, Katrina Jackson, her Mafia series. I loved the dirty talk in that. I can't think of like any others.
Yeah,
I don't know. It all
all
blends together.
I feel like my brain doesn't take note of it unless I'm actually reading it. I'm like, this is really good.
Right. Yeah. I'm not great at remembering, especially like banter and stuff. I never do those recommendations because I can never remember which books had what. Like, it's gone out of my brain right after.
It has to be so good for me to remember like a specific scene in. Another one just came to me. I just
give it to us.
Do some rereads soon.
What's your new one?
Oh, The Predator by Runex. There's this one scene where he's like, I don't know whether should I say it? I'll say it. He goes,
go for it.
I don't know whether or not I should kill you. Okay, I'm butchering it. I don't know if I want to kill you or fuck or F the life out of you. And I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
It's the perfect dynamic.
Also lives in my-
That thing we're gonna do in April, I'm gonna read that book for you.
Yay.
On my TBR.
I can't wait to read that because, like, you know how much I love Gothicana, so I can't wait to read that.
She's
And
quickly become my favorite.
oh yeah, and every time I go to her and I'm like, you should write this, and she sends me a link where she's like, yeah, it's on my, it's on my website. Like, I was like, I told her, I was like, you would do such a good job at like a fantasy romance. And then she sent me her website. She's like, I haven't announced it yet, but here, I'm writing a dark romance. And I was like, yes. Then we were talking about The Mummy and about Brendan Fraser and how much I would love a romance book that gives me like that man.
Mhm.
And she's like, yeah, I'm writing an adventure romance. And I was like, stop, you're in my brain.
I love that. Arm Virtues is just writing a book based on The Mummy. Also,
Love it. I need more.
Oh,
I'm like,
right.
it doesn't exist.
It's such a classic. It is like the perfect vibes. Why do we not have literally hundreds? I don't understand. So
Yeah,
good.
Brendan Fraser in that movie.
Fine AF.
The entire cast in that movie. It's just like the perfect chemistry for everybody. They're all smashes. All of them.
No, I was to say Evie's eyebrows in the first movie was not it. Not it.
Yeah, that's true. I'd still go there though.
Yeah.
Okay, did we all do Dirty Talk?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
See, if we went in order every time, I wouldn't have to ask this question because every time Shomla did it, I know that either I need to do it or we're done. But no, can't do that. Okay, weirdest book you've ever read. Whether you liked it or not. Weirdest book you've ever read.
For me, and I didn't even finish it, was Satan's Affair. That book made me want to yeet myself out the window. I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
Be glad you did not finish it because I wanted to yeet myself out of a window after I finished it.
I hated it so much. Everyone's like, you have to read this before Hunting Adeline or whatever it's called, which I still haven't read. But I was like, oh, no.
I didn't, and I was fine.
Did you know what the ending is? Because it's a...
I know of it. Some people have told me because I was like, I'm not finishing this. I was like, absolutely not.
Okay,
That's a hard no.
Mental illness as a plot device. So...
I don't enjoy
for me,
any.
it's probably. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying, I don't enjoy any trauma or disability or any of the things as a plot device. Like,
yeah,
to me, that's lazy, and I don't like it.
No,
at all.
I hate it.
For me, probably games we play is the one that's coming to me most recent. Like, yeah, I just wasn't into that like that. And honestly, Her Soul to Take. I'm so sad I didn't like that book, but Her Soul to Take was just too weird for me. I couldn't do it. Games we play, the Lady of Rooksgrave Manor.
I really liked the games we played. I thought that was hot as hell. But I don't know if it's because I feel like what she based that off was for a very particular like demographic.
The
corpse husband.
Yeah.
Like that man, I don't care what he looks like. Who gives a shit? Because that voice, good lord, so good.
It's true.
That's why I was excited to read it. It's just like I don't like the dog.
Yeah, I didn't like that part either, but I felt like it went past like pretty fast. I like I closed my eyes for that part.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't decide if the weirdest book I've ever read is The Skeleton King or R.I.P. by Charity B. Both of them are by Charity B. So, The Skeleton King has necrophilia, but R.I.P. also uses mental illness as a plot device, and it's incest.
Oh.
Is she okay?
I don't think she's okay, and I'm convinced that we need to do an intervention. I'm convinced that we need to do some kind of intervention and take her computer away from her. Like, yes, continue writing whatever you want. Just stop putting it out on the world because we don't need it. Like, R.I.P. is literally about a brother and sister who are like incest together, and they kill people together, and they go on the run, and like they go find their other family, and the father kills the mother, and then he also rapes the mother all the time.
Jesus.
And then the mother sets the place on fire to kill herself, and they also have like a morgue, like they do that with dead bodies.
Oh no.
And the daughter cuts up a dead body and puts it in a cupcake and feeds it to somebody.
What's happening?
What are you reading?
What the fuck is going on?
I read a lot of
How
books,
does-
and
how
I've
does
never
R.I.P.
accidentally stumbled on this.
How does RIP have 3.90 on Goodreads? I'm concerned. I know someone who gave it 4 stars. What is happening? 4 stars.
Listen,
5 stars.
The Skeleton King by the same author was arguably a better book because I could actually finish that one. And it has necrophilia in it. And it's a Nightmare Before Christmas retelling. So like the guy
I feel like this live is on a different level because I included Tamika. I feel like it's going places it wouldn't have gone with anybody else.
Izzy has also read The Skeleton King, so.
And whose fault was that?
Because I told her to do it. I know.
Did she hate it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at like just people I'm friends with on Goodreads, and there's someone here who put 5 stars for Skeleton King, amazing retelling. I mean, you enjoy what you want to enjoy, you like what you want to like, but I'm a little concerned.
It was the necrophilia when he described her as doughy that got me, I think.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
doughy.
No, doughy.
The dead body.
I want to know where she did her research because I'm concerned. Again,
he also talked about. I'm distracted now. Someone said sapphic. Hello, I will go right now. Hold on. You said sapphic. Now I'm distracted.
I was to say it's the same thing with like Satan's Affair. I've heard so many people be like, "Oh, this was great. This was amazing," and I was like, it takes a lot to disturb me, and I was disturbed very quickly. I was like, "What the fuck am I reading? This is what is it?" God, I'm having flashbacks. It's not good.
For me, probably the most out there book that I read was Neon Gods by Katie Robert. I haven't.
You're so innocent. You're the most innocent person in this whole group. So innocent.
How did you like it?
I don't know if she heard. Oh, there you go.
I thought the sex was good. Just there's no actual plot to it, so I gave it like a 3.5.
Yeah, not the biggest Katie Roberts fan.
Robert.
I will take no bad words about Katie Robert right now. Thank you.
I like her, but she's not an author that I read multiple books in a row from.
Yeah,
I recommend everyone.
I like her books, but I like save her books. I'll read like a book here, a book there. I won't read them in a row.
The thing I didn't like in Neon Gods was when he was like, I can't kill him. And I was like, what the fuck have we been doing this whole time? If this is not what? No! No! The dumbest little plot twist I've ever read in my life. I was like, we're not gonna what? He's gonna kill you instead, you idiot! What are you doing? I was so annoyed. I was just like, but why? Kill the man. He deserves to die. Jeez Louise.
I'm that person who always wants the main characters to kill. Like, I'm like, no, don't hold back. Do it.
Like, if they deserve it, kill them.
Yeah.
First of all, you're in fiction. You don't have to worry if you got the wrong person or whatever. Like, no, they did it. They're bad. Kill them. I don't care. Does this make me a bad person? No! It makes you a smart person. You can't just let him live. He's gonna kill you and everybody that you love.
You feel
what are
very
you doing?
passionate about this.
It just annoys me so much. Like, look, if that person's gonna go on abusing people, let them die. Let them die painfully in front of my eyes. I am happy to watch. Does this make me a bad person? No, it doesn't, you moron. How are you the lord of the underworld and you can't kill one measly person? So annoying.
I just didn't read it.
I don't think you'd like it, Naima. Yeah. I don't think you'd like it at all. It's not your jam.
I'm looking at I'm looking at the other things that Charity B has written because I'm concerned.
So the weirdest one that I've ever liked, well, I've got a couple. The zombie one, that was weird. And then Bound by Avita Weiss. It's a prequel and it comes out next Friday. And it is it's a lot. So they're not shifters. It's almost like furries. So Tamika might not be a fan. So they're like supernaturals, but they have like animalistic traits in like their humanoid form. It's just one form, right? So one's a were lynx maybe, and one's like a were something else, and then there's a harpy too. And it is hate fucking the entire time. Like they have tried to kill each other in the past, and then they just killed her whole clan, and she is going to be in a marriage of convenience or like a forced marriage with their pack leader. And then like the two that have always been her nemesises on the battlegrounds are the ones charged with like taking her. And they is the most hate I've ever read in steamy times, and they're all pansexual, and it's like all three of them together. And then the full length that will come out after this will be the three of them plus the leader of the pack that she is getting married to, and it's going to be female, male, male. So I'm excited for that. It has a lot of things in it, like a lot, like a lot of bodily fluids and things, and it was a lot, but it was good.
I'm concerned about that last one. I was like, you had me sold with the hate fucking, but then you said a lot of bodily fluids, and I'm like, okay, which bodily fluids?
So there's a lot of cum play, and then also there is a marking of the territory type thing.
Is it on them?
Mm-hmm.
Come on! So close.
Nope.
I'm telling you, first of all, it's only like not even a paragraph, so it's not a lot. But it's the most I've ever read. They're worried about it getting banned on Amazon, so they're trying to tweak it.
Yeah, I can imagine that one.
It's a lot. It's worth the read. It's a lot.
You mentioned piss play and I'm out.
I've never even heard cum play before. What the hell is that? Like
so one of the wares comes, and then the other one puts it in her mouth, and she's not allowed to swallow or spit it out, or she's not gonna get to come. And also she's tied up during this part to like a tree. So there's a lot. There's a lot. And then one of them is like really mean, and one
Naima's
of them
face
so
though.
Listen, I was reading it like this the entire time, just like I don't know, but also I love the author and I trust the author, so we went on the journey.
A journey.
I'm
it
gonna
sounds
read
like
it
it was.
again. I read
Oh,
the arc like months ago. I'm gonna read the finished product when it comes out this next week.
No, thank you.
I'm really concerned for all our mental health.
Listen, I'm concerned that I can't sell it to this group. If I can sell it to you people, I'm really not sure how.
I mean,
it's gonna go
I'm
for
on board for
everybody else.
everything but the piss play. But
Well,
I could
same.
just skip that part.
Same, but
I
it
can
is
see
quick.
it.
It's very quick.
They pissed really
And
fast.
also it's kind of the you're ours, but also still our enemy, so have fun with that.
You lost me at the cum play. That just makes me want to throw up.
And it's also one of those things where she has like so much pride and like they're still enemies that's like,
Oh,
like I'm not gonna beg for mercy. No, we're gonna do this and you're not gonna break me. And they're like, it's weird. It's very weird because it's not like abusive and it is completely consensual, but it's definitely enemies going at each other trying to get someone to yell mercy. It was something. I'm ready to read it again.
every time I
where
talk
are
to
we?
one of you guys, I realize that I'm more and more vanilla. And that's okay with me. I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't.
Well, I mean, I'm not doing it. I'm just reading it.
Yeah.
If I'm telling you right now, no, absolutely not. If someone tried to make me do that, I'd be like, bye. Go away.
I'm not holding any type of bodily fluid in my mouth.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they just killed everyone she knows, so it's not like the worst thing they've done that day.
Just a second.
That would have.
Also, one of them has scars on his face from her clawing him in battle.
I like that
I
though.
think it's on his face. Definitely has the scars though. It's very interesting. And it was such a good like fine line between all the passion of trying to kill each other all these years and also like we probably could have killed each other, so maybe we pulled some punches here and there because we're all still alive.
What book is this?
Bound by Vita Vice.
Oh,
It's not out yet. It's out next Friday.
okay.
I think if I have my date right.
I think you sold everybody on it.
If you've read any other Evita Vice, this is like about 5 notches up.
Well, so I mean, someone in the comments said they're so ready to rebound. So
yeah, I feel like they were ready before this though. So okay, this is our last thing. Something you don't like in romance. Nobody has sold you on it. You're never going there.
Piss play.
Piss play.
Piss play. And cum play. Whatever the fuck you were just talking about.
I don't even
No,
know what is it.
It's the right version.
yeah, honestly, I would say piss or anything to do with shit. None of that. That's a hard no for me. I could deal with the cum, but the other stuff, no. That's meant to go in a toilet or in the woods or not on a person. Okay.
I mean, they were in the woods. So.
Oh, God damn it. Technicality.
Yeah, no. Nobody has sold me on anything, any of those.
I bet you Avita Vice can.
I wasn't into it, but I was just like, okay.
We're experiencing this.
I'm still gonna read it again, and I'm gonna read the next book and the 2 after that. So it's gonna be a trilogy of different polyamorous couples. So I'm ready. I feel like contemporaries. There's a lot of things that don't fly in contemporaries that are okay in other subgenres for me.
Forced pregnancy, like poking holes in condom kind of thing?
or
Eating your
don't
birth
come at
control?
me, and then they do anyways on
Okay.
purpose, or getting rid of the birth control, or
Cough, cough, Bridgerton.
Mm-hmm.
Hated that scene.
I just read a book like that, and it was like, wait a minute, what was that? I think it was a joke. I don't know, but he was like, what if like you were pregnant right now with like my child? And then she was like, I have the IUD. Is that what it is? And he goes, do you?
What do you mean? What? Did you take
He's
it
like,
out of her
do you
body?
have it? Like, and she's like, you better not have pulled it out in my sleep or some shit. Like, I don't know. I need to figure out what book that was.
I don't think anyone would sleep through that.
She would
Yeah,
know.
that sounds terrible.
Unless you drugged her. What the fuck?
No, she would still know because you would wake up the next day and you'd be in agony.
I'm trying to remember what it was.
Like
I was shocked.
you would know.
What in Jesus' name? Forced pregnancy, that is scary.
Yeah, what everybody else said. Like,
You'd be scarred after this.
Just like, your limits are my limits, and then some.
Okay, maybe I dreamed about this because I don't know what book this is.
You're having some weird dreams.
I mean, I read it in dark romance all the time, but like, I don't know. I feel like dark romance and stuff, there's a lot of things that I'm okay with if I'm expecting it to be a dark romance. That's what you sold it as, not like this is supposed to be just something acceptable in your real life relationship, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I still like don't like this is good. I feel like this is gonna be weird for all the subgenres and stuff that I read, but I don't like him being mean to her for like just being mean. I don't like it. I feel like I don't like mean-spirited people. I don't like the idea that you're on purpose trying to hurt her, either to get your way or just to push her away. If you know that your shot is going to hit and you claim to care about this person, I don't think you should be taking that shot, you know? It just I don't like it. It's one thing if you don't know, right? You didn't realize that would actually cut so deep or whatever. But when the love interest is like purposely cruel, I don't like it. I'm annoyed, and you have to work pretty hard to get me back on track with this guy being the happily ever after.
I get
Also, when they're mean the whole time and they're like, wow, I hate them, but also he has his shirt off, so what am I supposed to do? Like, you can't have all their conversations be him being a piece of garbage, but he's really good at sex, so we're supposed to be okay with it. Like, no. If you have a conversation where I now really can't stand you, we need to have some conversations to change my mind, not you know what to do with your dick. Like, not good enough. It's not good enough.
And that pissed me off too. I know if I saw someone I hated without a shirt, I'd be like, okay. But like, I don't know.
I find it so insulting that it's like, I mean, all you have to do is be good at sex, and I lose all track of thought, and I don't realize that you haven't earned any trust or any of the things.
It's like you are good at sex, so I don't have any brain cells.
Exactly. Or and also when they do it multiple times in the same book. Like every other chapter we're mad at him, but then he rips his pants open and we're back to confused? No, we still hate him. Nothing changed.
Like, you know, there's other dicks in the world, right?
Also, I found out the book. It was Hunting Adeline.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great book.
I also hate cults.
I love cults.
I don't.
Not
The
in a
religious
romance.
trauma, man.
Oh, goodness.
They'd happily watch them burn in front of them, and then they're like, maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like enemies to lovers, they're being mean towards each other before they're actually together. If he's being mean while they're together, he could fuck off. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And also, if they're being mean ahead of time, I need some sort of valid reason or some sort of progression. You can't just go from you looked at me wrong in history class one time, so I've made your life a living hell for the last 5 years to, but yeah, no, I've always had a thing for you, so now we're gonna sex it up. I'm so
Yeah, if the person is
worried.
just a douche to be a douche, then no.
Yeah.
I don't mind that so much.
Of course you don't, because you love your bully romances.
I do
but-
like bully romances too. I think my first bully romance
I
was
do
Bullied
too,
by Penelope
but-
Douglas.
Well, no, that one's garbage, but okay.
Yeah.
And also, again, this is another thing that to me, it just feels like lazy writing. You couldn't write a good enough dialogue to make me like him, so you just wrote the sex scene. And sometimes it's not even a sex scene. Sometimes it's literally he took his shirt off or they kissed. And I'm like, but what? Like,
Why
I
is
don't
his
even
shirt
stay
off?
mad long. I'm still mad.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I want to know why his shirt off.
Oh, the people and the vampires. They're supposed to be creepy. I like that about Kate Daniels because it's not like, ooh, who will she choose? The sexy vampire or the sexy shifter? It's like, no, the vampires are creepy. Dead people. I like that about them. But I feel like it's very much supposed to be something that you kind of feel repulsed by. And it's like a big driving force of the series is that it's unnatural and makes you feel icky to be around. Yeah, I'm all about them actively trying to kill each
I
other.
like that. Yeah, I want them to actually almost succeed. Like, I think, say what you want about Jennifer Armentrout, if you like From Blood to Ash, right? Did I say that right?
Mhm.
I thought she did that very well.
I loved the first one, hated the second one, haven't read another one since.
I actually really like them all. Where the hell did Heather go? What did she do? She bounced.
Heather, come
She's-
back. Bye.
Am I the host now?
Yes, lead us.
You seem so excited.
Oh,
I don't know what just happened. I think
You ruined Tamika's hopes and dreams about being host.
I was the host while you were gone.
I don't know what happened. I must have accidentally clicked it, but it's okay. Okay. I missed nothing. Right.
No, just I like it when they try to stab each other.
It's so
Listen,
funny.
okay, give me more books where they're trying to stab each other. Okay?
I feel
This
like
is what I live
everyone
for.
either is like, this is literal garbage, or they're obsessed with the series.
Mm-hmm. I would agree with that.
Okay. Anything else?
I can't think of anything.
I think we're done.
My mind is blank.
We're done. Alrighty then.
Yeah, okay. Which one? Drop the name. Drop the
I
details.
feel like a lot of people don't like the resurrection trope, but I don't like when they stay dead. I'm like, what did I read this book for? That you just
want
killed my
happiness.
favorite character.
Listen, when someone suggests like a romance book and it's not like a happily ever after, I'm like, you're missing the point. I don't want that. What's a weird romance you still want to try?
Plus, I feel like I spent my entire childhood basically being like, I wish I could know that these people are going to be okay in my book. I'm happy where I'm at.
To answer book terror, what's a weird romance you still want to try? I mentioned it earlier, but Strange Love by Anna Guire. Just look up the cover. That tells you all you need to know about that
I
book.
know it's actually like a very sweet.
Yeah, but he looks like the Predator. If you
Yes,
know what
he
the Predator
does.
looks like, that's concerning.
There
But
is
I wanna
not
read
a
it.
single weird romance that I want to try. I'm very content with my reading right now. I feel like I know what I like. And usually I'm down to try anything, but like it's just been too many misses recently. So there's nothing really on my radar that's like weird. I don't know. I'm basic. I don't care.
For me, it's just like curiosity.
Mm.
And then I just hope that like the sweetness or something in the book or something will make up for like something really weird. Like him looking like the predator.
Yeah.
I feel
Or
like
that
I
spider
could do
romance.
curiosity if it's very short. If it's a long enough book, I'm not gonna try it based on
I was gonna
curiosity.
say Strange Love is 306 pages. So
See, that's too long for me to be
but
curious.
Bree gave it 4 stars.
I know a lot of people like
Yeah,
it.
cinnamon roll hero, rom-com, alien robot hero. Yeah. And a talking dog. Okay. Sold. That's why I bought it.
You had me at hilarious talking dog.
Yeah, that sold. I wonder what my dogs are saying. Usually when they're barking out the window, I'm usually thinking that they're saying fuck you over and over again.
I haven't read it yet, but the dog is talking because the alien has never seen humans before or dogs before, so he thinks they're both like sentient beings. So he implants the what's the word? The interpreter thing
Okay.
in both of them. So now you can understand the dog because he didn't realize it was just like a pet.
I think I might move this up my TBR. Then she has another one called Love Code and Renegade Love. Look at the covers of Renegade Love. Like, what is happening? The second one is a love between I think a human and an AI, which I think sounds kind of cool. But that's weird.
Yeah, I'm not into AIs. I personally just think that people that make robots have lost their minds. Have they never seen any of the movies? It
Yeah,
does not
that's true.
end well.
Terminator.
There's no reason to do this to ourselves. Literally, it can't happen unless we do it to ourselves. And you're still just like, nah, let me try and make the smartest thing I possibly can. No, don't do that.
It is on Scribd and Hoopla, in case anyone needs to know.
Nice.
So I'm gonna go check that out right now.
Apparently, Love Code is LGBT. That's what it says.
Oh.
So,
What kind of LGBT?
I'm looking, seeing if anyone put it in the reviews.
Yeah, translator. That's the word I was trying to find. Hi, Bree.
I don't know. They're not being very. I think someone wrote that in this book, Anna Guire unpacks gender and the human experience. So, I'm very curious. And I really like her writing. And again, you look at something like that and then look at that contemporary romance she came out with. Or I shouldn't even say contemporary. I guess contemporary, like witchy. It's just like, what? I want to understand.
I don't feel like I have any weird books on my TBR right now.
I know I have that freaking spider one that I'm honestly scared to read. I'm gonna do it, but I'm scared.
I don't.
Because spiders don't live in my house, okay? I'm that girl. If there is a spider in my house, I will be screaming and be throwing objects at it from across the house.
I do have this alien one still. Stolen by the Warlord.
Ooh, wait, I like that cover.
By V.K. Ludwig. It's I stole her soul, now I will fill her womb. So that's
Okay, I added it to my TBR.
So I guess that's the weirdest one I've got going on right now.
Okay, stop. I really like the cover of this. He's got horns.
He does.
And it looks like he's got a tail. Is that a tail?
Yeah, and he stings her with it, and now she can't be with anybody else, but like she doesn't know. And also he's doing it because her father can like support his claim, so he's forcing her into. Mm-hmm.
I wonder what my therapist would say.
Mine would give me a grippy sock vacation.
What?
Grippy sock vacation.
I would get a grippy sock vacation.
You ever see those TikToks where people are like, I just gotta, and they're like, they got out of the hospital, they showed their grippy socks and they were dancing. It's so random, but funny because we make fun of our mental health.
It's the only way to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I kill my own spiders. I can't lie to you.
I mean,
Doesn't
my
freak me out.
husband, you know, he works and I'm home with the kids, so I have to
I
be the
don't like
spider killer.
being surprised by things, but like I can do it.
I don't like it. And I really hate stink bugs. Oh my god, they're the worst.
Yeah, they live here too.
I want
It's
them gone.
unfortunate.
Because every time I'm sitting on the couch, all of a sudden I'll find one on me and I'm screaming bloody murder and I can't hit it or squish it because then it stinks. It's just, it's not a good
true.
time.
You have to just like throw it out the window.
I usually take it in like toilet paper and I flush it down the toilet so I know it's gone forever.
Yeah, I do that too. Any other TBR books?
I'm looking. Jesus, I'm looking at your bookshelves on Goodreads, Heather, and like your DNFs for 2021. Holy shit.
That's not even all of them, because every time it would include it in my reading challenge, I'd just delete the book. I was so annoyed.
Wait, hold on. You DNF'd hold on a minute. Gifting me to his best friend? Excuse me, ma'am?
I just told Tamika that last
That was
night.
so good.
I was bored. But I told Tamika I might pick it back up for Tabby Book Club, so
Unbelievable.
we'll see.
Shame.
We'll see.
Oh goodness.
That's why me DNFing a book can indicate that it's garbage, but it can also mean nothing. So
I'm looking at your 2022. Excuse me. You DNF'd Wolf Gone Wild? Are you trying to break my heart?
I was like, this is dumb. What are we doing? How is this the most popular ship romance?
And I wasn't gonna say anything, but
Naima, you read it, right?
I tried to read it.
I loved it. I don't know if it's because I liked all the like the nerdy pop culture references. So maybe that's
Steph
me.
loved it and stuff too, but I was just like, this alpha wolf is not funny. Is this gonna happen literally every other sentence for the whole book? I don't think so. And then I was also just like, the whole don't get emotionally attached to the werewolf. I was like, all right, I hate this already. This is now.
Is this Jason's aunt? Is that her book?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I wasn't gonna say anything.
Yeah.
But I don't really care.
I figure they don't watch me anyway, so it's fine. And second of all,
Wait,
other
who?
people do love the book.
Wait, who did we just say?
Jason.
From
Jason Reads Romance. It's her aunt.
Yeah, but also a podcast. What's the podcast? Smart Woman Read Romance.
Yeah.
She and her aunt do the podcast, and her aunt is Julia Cross.
Okay.
So they do. So the aunt's the author. They do the podcast together, and the niece is the booktuber.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Now I was like, at first I was like, what? Because that's not a name you hear often. Hey, wait. What? Book terror here. What? Retractable dick. What?
I've read that a couple different times. There is. I Married the Lizard Man is like that.
Okay, that's a weird one. I Married the Lizard Man.
It was weird.
I think the weirdest book I've read, and it was for laughs, like shits and giggles. I had like a couple friends over. The kids were being babysitted. I was outside. We had like a fire pit going. I was drunk as hell. And out loud, I read, what was it? Kissing the Coronavirus? I've never laughed so hard. That book.
I watched so many people read that. I watched Chase reading vlog.
It was so funny. It was just unbelievable.
So that's another one where my curiosity wasn't enough to make me actually read it, even though it's literally like 15 pages. So I was like,
Yeah, I couldn't be bothered.
Yeah, the only reason I
Exactly.
did it was because I was telling people about it. I was like, "This is a book. I can't believe this is a book." And everyone was like, "Read it." And I was like, "Okay." My neighbors think I'm weird now.
I'm sure that's the thing that pushed them over the edge. All right. I think we're done. Yeah?
Yeah.
Do we have anything to add? I think we're good. Thank you everybody for watching and for participating with me. It was fun. I had a good
Yeah.
time.
I had a good time too.
Me too.
So, the elitism live that I was going to do this month is next month now. So, there you go. Exciting stuff. Plan a month ahead. But, all right. Thank you, everybody, for watching and hanging out. And we will talk